Hey crafty people, here we go. Starting on another group of cards and my process. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and cut and fold my card base. Then I pick my image. And then I go through my papers and I pick papers that will work with that image. This collection, oh dear goodness, it's an old collection, and it's Jane's Memories Locket and Key by Blue Fern Studios. I'm gonna have to remember that. So I knew that I had wanted to make some Mother's Day cards, so I wanted to find images that look like they could be of mothers. So I go on the internet, I look for free images. This was a free image, and I found this piece of the paper collection I cut out. I know it has a lady on it already, but I thought that image, I don't know, the oval inspired me, but I thought that image looked stunning on that paper. So then I go ahead and cut my background border piece. Now, what I want to tell you is if you want to do any die cuts to go on this card, cut them out of the center of this piece of paper, because all you're going to see is that border. So if you can utilize this inside of this piece of paper and do your die cuts from that much the better. So there's that one. Then I had this image here. Sorry, the real life of my... This is one of the reasons why I don't like to do these kind of videos. So I went through the paper collection. I found this piece of paper that, because it had these like dark pink flowers and this had some dark pink flowers, I thought this was a great paper for it. I am still debating if I am going to distress the edges. I do that almost all the time. It's very shabby chic, but I'm actually thinking on this bunch of cards, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so here we have another image of a woman in a garden, and I decided that I was going to go like that. And that way you see the flowers here. There's some writing. I don't know. It just looks beautiful to me. Then I decided to cut a few out in oval shapes. So fortunately there was this background paper, which has got teals, and I'm pretty much going to cover up most of the pink in it, but there's a little, I don't know if I bring it down just a little bit, there's a little hint of pink there, and a little bit of pink. Just not very much. But that's that one. Then this one, I loved that this image had a variety of colored flowers. It has like some purples and gold and blue and pink. So I just thought perfect like that, because then you have the beautiful paper showing right there. I can put my sentiment here. I just loved it. And I like to have a variety of cards, some that open like this, and some that open like that. So I don't have, and it really depends on the paper and the image whether or not they can open this way. Okay, this was the first image that I found that I wanted to work with, and that's why I pulled this paper collection. So that's the paper. I love the flowers on there. I was thinking of maybe doing my flower cluster right here on her hat. I'm not sure yet, but loved that. And then this is the last one. I think there's 7 in this bunch, and I really liked this image as well, and this paper. And I had really wanted to do it like this, but this image was a little bit too big. So I'm just going to cover up the writing that's going this way, and I'm going to cover it with the image itself. And then we'll have, there's flowers here and flowers here. And I like to kind of offset. I don't know why, but I do. So anyway, that's the very start. Again, I'm going to use these papers here for some of my die cuts. I already have some die cuts ready to go. Like I have some windows and I have some corner borders. These that I did for another group of cards that I didn't end up using, but these will also, the color palette will also work on here because I'm using the cream colored card base. And then I have this gorgeous, real lacy looking corner piece. And I have a few of those to work with, as well as a door. I have, let's see. Hold on a second. I have this door, and my idea is, first of all, I needed to die cut it better than this. But my idea was, there's pieces that go in here, but to have put like a clear cellophane over these and have like some kind of background, let's see, something like that in the background where you're like looking out the window and then you see whatever it is, the image. But I'm not going to get to that on this group. That's just kind of what I had in mind, but it just didn't end up working out. So I'm going to save those other pieces over there for different cards. And here we go with these. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you real quick. Sorry, I picked out the dies I was going to use for my cards. And I went ahead and popped up all my images. So here's where we're at. I'm not going to use any lace on any of these cards because I'm using such beautiful eye-catching die cuts that I might put a little bit of lace right here, but none of these cards seem like they scream out for lace. So like I told you, I used this background piece of paper and I cut out my die cut to go on there. Same thing with this. So behind, and I'm going to show you. So I used this die. Oh, I didn't cut out all the way. Hold on, hold the phone. My die plates are really messed up, and I have a new one ordered. Here it is. So yeah, that happens about every so often. Okay, so here's my piece of paper that I'm using as my background. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So I just need to kind of go around the edge. And then a little here, 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 and here. And then I set this in. You could also die cut and put your image behind it if you wanted to, but that's not how I wanted to do it. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the glue off my finger. Okay, so now we're going to glue this. Ugh, I hate it when the paper on the back is so pretty too. Hate that. You know, I wonder if I should do it like this. Okay, So see how you put that on there? And ta-da, you can't even tell that we cut this out. Okay. Well, I guess it didn't matter. We're still going to cover up that pink flower no matter what. No matter what. All right, so I'm going to use the glue that popped out of there. And then we're going to pop up this image. And I just use Fun Foam from the kids section. I usually get it at Michael's, but I guess you can get it anywhere. But it's a lot cheaper than the double-sided tape, I'll tell you. And so that's what I use. All right, we'll cut this little piece. Ow! I burned myself. I guess we should probably put a little piece there. Anyway, super lot cheaper. You can get this Fun Foam for like 79 cents a sheet. And it comes in a giant 12 by 8 piece. Okay. I don't know why, but I prefer to hot glue my images on. So there we go. Ta-da! And that is what that one's gonna look like. So my next stage is to probably stamp some sentiments, because these are going to be Mother's Day cards. I mean, they could be anything, but to me they sort of lend themselves to Mother's Day cards, and Mother's Day's coming up. So I also have these birds that I thought maybe could work, because these are all like floral. You know, that one could kind of go there. These actually, and I have 2 packs of these. But when you add something like this, you have to consider your cost. So I got these like super cheap at a D-Stash. These were $3. So each one of these birds is $1. So, yeah, I don't necessarily want to use all of them, but and they're white, and my card is like ivory, but I can paint these. I don't like it on there. Oh, I kind of like, I don't know, it's so big. It feels like it should go, I don't know, it's too big. This one's too big. I might, but anyway, you get your embellishments out and you start kind of playing around with them and seeing what'll work. All right, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got a little carried away yesterday, and Honey got home, and I got carried away. So I did go ahead and add my dies So on this one, I just actually glued them to the underside because these are so intricate that you can't really, it's really hard to glue them actually down. So I glued them to the back of the image and then glued the image down. Oh, I think it looks beautiful. Then I'm going to add this, which is actually, you know, it's kind of heavy, but this is a nice heavy cardstock. I forgot to mention, I use 110-pound cardstock. So I'm going to do the sentiment like this, and I'm going to do a few flowers right here. This one is going to be just like this. So I did get my sentiments out. I have this collection from Whimsy Stamps with a bunch of Mother's Day sentiments. So these are the butterflies that I'm going to use. And I just went looking through my stash of just miscellaneous embellishments, and I found the butterflies. It was like, that's perfect. So I think I'm going to go with the bird on this one. I haven't done a sentiment yet for that one. This one is going to be, I'm going to use the dragonfly. I'm not sure how I'm going to do my sentiment yet, so I'm leaving it with this piece on it, but I'm going to cut it down. I'm just not sure how yet. On this one, I did complete by adding the sentiment. There's nothing above a mother's love, and the butterflies. This one, best mom ever. And I think I am going to do my flowers on her hat right there. And then this one, yeah, I used the window die, best mom ever. And then these butterflies. I think most of my butterflies, I'm not sure, I think they all are from Renee Bouquets. If you're familiar with her, I think she's on Etsy. I haven't ordered from her in a long time, but I have quite a stash of stuff from her store. So there you go. And I, you know, again, I did do my dies. So there's a die, there's a die, there's a die on all of them. So here we got the window die. This one we have whatever shape that is. This one's got these pretty lace dies. This one's got that border die, that one. This one I used the lace dies. And this one I used some these corner dies that I have. So, the only dies I had to actually cut were for the ovals, for these three. I already had the other ones pre-cut. So, that's where I'm at. And now I'm going to pick some flowers and start figuring out how I'm going to do my flower placement. Today's Tuesday and I have to go to work, which makes me sad because I'd like to finish these cards, but I don't think I'll finish them today because then I still got to do something on the inside of them. And I'm actually thinking maybe I will do even some die cutting to go on the inside. These are Mother's Day cards. You want them to be like super feminine, so I'm gonna play it by ear and see what happens. Okay, so I've got these cards kind of laid out, and I'm gonna start figuring out about flowers. So I got that one, and I got that one. I'm trying to, I gotta do her hat. So I just pulled out some random flowers. And I have a pair of scissors that I use for cutting things like that. And that's what I call my junk scissors. I'm sure you have junk scissors too. So I think that one will look good with her. And there's kind of a peachy one there, but I'm not sure if I want to go that direction. So I'm going to get out some smaller flowers for her hat. And I'm just going to use all the different lavender and such flowers that I have. I wonder if I should take off the green. I'm going to take off the green. I have to apologize for my nails. My nail lady has not been available in the mornings, and that's when I normally go get my nails done, because I don't like to do it in the evening because then it takes me too long to drive home. And my nails, I just started pulling them off this weekend because they were driving me crazy. So I'm hoping to get in and get them done this week. I gotta pull the green off of that too. This is why I really struggle to do these live craft with me's, because I think they get incredibly boring. Let's see, what else do I have? So the hat is actually going to be really easy to do. I mean, as far as, I just got to find little small, I hope I'm on camera for this one. Little small flowers to go on there. Let me get one more medium-sized flower. I'm amazed the dogs are actually being quiet. I wish I had another one like that color. It just appears I do not, except for that big one, which I might use with something else. So the hat's going to be something like that. I'm going to dig around and see if I can find another one that color, but hat's going to be something like that. Let's move on, because that's driving me a little bit crazy. I have another one of these, and then I have these. See, these have a little bit of white, and these are just kind of a violet purple color. And I have this big, this big purple one too. And I don't know. I don't know. I really like the big flowers, but they make them a little two-dimensional. Not two-dimensional, but more dimensional than I want. So I'm going to go back over and look at my flowers real quick. Ooh, where did that come from? Okay. did find some of those. Some of these that could go on that hat. Or if I wanted to, well, I already put the pearls, so I'm committed there. But I was gonna say I could do another cluster down here where she's holding the bouquet, but it'll just look like I did a flower cluster there. It won't look like she's holding a bouquet. So it's probably gonna be something like that. I think over here, I'll probably go with those two, and then I'll, you know, do some leaves and different things. But over here, I don't like this. Or should I do it like this? See, that's why I like to have the die cuts already on. I don't want to cover them completely up. So probably like that. I probably need to find something cream colored. I have this old, I think this is Graphic 45. Oh yeah. And then I have these two. Actually, kind of like this white one. Nope, don't like it. Okay, so I'll probably tuck these underneath there. That'll be that. This has got some blue flowers. So maybe I don't do purple. Let me go look at blue. And this is good because I'm going to need blue for those other ones. Oh, come on. Come out of there. Okay, kind of like that better. Not love, but kind of like it better. And I'm probably going to pull these leaves out of this Graphic 45 pack. And it came with that also, so I'll probably be using that. So let's push all this over. work on that one. So first thing I want to do is go ahead. I've got my placement. So I'm going to hot glue the flowers. And I'm going to put the glue right on top of these because these have the little stems. And then I'm going to glue this down, and that will hold those flowers down. And I kind of want them like hugging the photo. So I'm going to hold them like I want them until that's dry. All right. Now these leaves are really going to match this because she's got the yellow there. We got the green going on here. So these are actually really perfect. And I'm just going to pull them apart. And I'm going to manipulate them because they want to go like that. So I'm going to manipulate them to go like this and glue them like that. Same with this set. I'm going to cut that table off. Look how natural and pretty that looks. I love it. Trying to kind of see where that one should go. Yeah, like that. You want your leaves to look natural. You don't want them to look randomly placed. And I'm going to need a couple of big ones. For here. Okay. Honestly, I could put more stuff in here, filler stuff, little I could put more stuff, but I really think that just looks so natural and so perfect and beautiful that that's all it needs. So that card, on the outside anyway, is done. All right, so these two. This color blue is really impossible to match, but I don't know. Let me go try a different color blue. I think this blue matches better, but it's a bigger, more dimensional flower that yep, that's the right blue. Okay. See how that works? Okay. Let's put I want to spread this blue one out a little bit. So this maroon one, wine colored, is going to kind of go under just a little bit. Okay, this green also seems to match really well with what's going on in this garden. So I'm going to go ahead and separate some out. We're going to do the same thing as we did before, kind of pinch these leaves together and manipulate them. And you don't want them laying flat. You want them sticking up like natural. And I'm going to glue that one down because it wants to curl up. And I might even, do I want to tuck that one in? I think I do. So we're going to have 3 leaves over here. Do you want leaves over here or leaves over here? Ugh. I think leaves over here. All right, on this one, I'm probably gonna have to put some little something or other in there. Let me see what I got. See this, oh man, the glue strands. What color? Okay, coming back. So I'm bringing all of that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see how this is gonna look. So these are those little plastic sprays you can get at your local craft store. And I just cut them apart and glue them in. I kind of like that. Okay. pink one kind of underneath. The only bad thing about these is they don't respond well to hot glue. They kind of want to shrivel up, so just be aware. And you're going to have lots of glue strings that you'll have to pick off. But I have a heat gun, and if you guys don't have a heat gun, I recommend you get one, because then you could take your heat gun and you got to lightly go over this. You can't like hold it on there, or these little beady things will melt. But if you do them lightly, those glue strings will just melt off. So yeah, that's how that's gonna go, like that. I kind of thought about doing, but I want them to look natural. I want them to look like that. So, you know, I got some glue on this earlier. I was gonna put some beads around here, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I'm gonna heat gun that off, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished this up, and I don't like it. It needs more filler, and it's real hard for me to do this while it's laying flat. I need to look at it like this. So I definitely feel like it needs some more maybe. So I don't super love that, but I like it better. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down. I feel like also sorry. My goodness, I'm sorry. It needs some, yeah. It needs some more color. Stop that. Sorry about that. I have a dog with an eye infection, and the other dog keeps licking it, and we keep spanking her and telling her to stop. Okay. So we need to add a little bit of color. I'm liking this better. Let me see if I can find one more. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, so yep, I'm gonna glue these down. And you know, the other one that we did, it didn't need as much stuff like this one does. This one just needed more. Okay. So I like that much better. Much, much better. So that one's done. I just need to get rid of the glue strings. I played with the hat. This is what I ended up with the hat. I did this one, and this might be my favorite. I just love how these are coming up and it looks like they're in the foreground and she's in the background. And yeah, I love that one. This one, I haven't put any leaves or anything in this one yet. I got to give this some thought because this has blue, the grass in it is blue. So I'm probably gonna have to do some die cuts that are blue to go in this one. But here is that first one that we worked on, and you could see it really doesn't need anything else. It is fantastic. I love it. Then I worked on this one. I tucked in, I cut apart, I cut apart some of this and tucked it in. I don't have any leaves in this one, but I'm thinking once I put a bow maybe right here, it's gonna look good. So I'll have to play with that. I did add a few little flowers up here because we have the flowers kind of coming down. I wanted to kind of not just have the bird over here, so I added a little bit there. And I don't have a sentiment on this one. And I'm thinking I might leave this one without a sentiment and possibly, oh no, that one's already got one. So I may just leave this one without, and this could be given for any reason whatsoever. So I still have to work on this one. As far as flowers, and I'm thinking I'm gonna put the flowers here, and I need some some blues and pinks. So that's what I've got going on next. Maybe I'll take, I don't know. I'm not real fond of these flowers in the center of the butterfly. So I'm gonna play around with this. Oh, and I still have to use this. Let's see where we're gonna use this. So I love it when they come with these, because they just look so pretty tucked in. I'm gonna go visit my mom for her birthday, so I won't be back for Mother's Day. So I'm going to make her a card and give it to my sister and have my sister give it to her on Mother's Day. All right, so on these, it's kind of better if you can stick your glue in like that. And then stick your squiggly, whatever you want to call that thing. Okay. So that's how they look. And I got one more left. I'm probably gonna stick it in this one. I wished I had two. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I've got more work to do, but I'm coming along a lot better than I thought. I have an hour before I have to leave. So I might actually get finished with these. Exciting. All right, thanks guys. Hey guys, I have a collection of cards for you, and I also have a craft with me long video that's going to come after. But I want to share the cards first so that if you're not interested in that, you don't have to watch. If you are, I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for staying tuned. All right, so this is a collection of Mother's Day cards, and I went online, found some images, some free images that I thought looked like they'd go well with Mother's Day. And this is one. I think a lot of moms, you know, they have gardens and they wear mom hats. So these are just some papers from some Stamperia. I'm pretty sure Stamperia collections. There's kind of a little mix of stuff that I had in my stash. And I had pre-cut some die cuts, so I used what I had already cut and was ready to go. I didn't cut anything special for this, except I did add this this clock, and I really like the addition of clocks whenever I can. So my butterflies are from Rene Bouquets. They had some like little, I don't know. I added these pearl strands to the center and my best mom ever stamp. So obviously my flower cluster, you guys know me and my flower clusters, and I loved that these I don't know what to call them. I cut them off of just like plastic things you can get in the flower department at your craft store. But anyway, opens up and I have some more paper on the inside to just kind of tie it together a little bit. All right. Here is another, and a mom in the garden. This time she's holding her hat. And I added some beautiful flowers. I have a huge stash of flowers, I'll be honest with you, so I can kind of go in my stash and just mix and match. Some more of these little plastic stems with little bead sprays on them that just look really awesome. And some of these little gosh, I don't know what you call those, like little swirly doos. I have a die cut here in the back. I added the pearl around that, and then Happy Mother's Day. Stay. All right. Then we have this one, which I really, really liked. These also are Rene Bouquet butterflies that I had in my stash for, gosh, forever. I think the butterflies are probably like, finally, she's going to use us. So a die cut here and a die cut up here. Really love how that just frames in the image. In the image, she's holding a bouquet of flowers, so I took that and added the flowers. You can see her arm and her hand, and then the dimensional flowers. And then there's nothing above a mother's love. All right, we've got this one. I also used some real pretty die cuts, real lacy die cuts. I'll be honest with you guys, I wish I could tell you where I got them, but I've had them for a very long time. So in this one, her hat had a flower cluster on it. So I flower clustered the hat, and that's how it looks, dimensional. More Rene Bouquet butterflies, best mom ever. And it opens like that. So these cards, you know, I talked a little bit in my last video about pricing my cards. These cards, because they have the butterflies, and those did cost me more, these cards would be probably $10 to $12.99. This one would be less. It doesn't have any butterflies. But the ones with butterflies would be $1 to $2 more. So here is another with the beautiful Rene Bouquet butterflies that I've had forever. So I just utilized that whatever the paper was, I looked for an image, and I have a bunch saved in my computer, and so I printed this one with the blues. Although it's the same paper collection, this particular one has blues. And I used those butterflies, and there's my cluster. And then I have this one, which doesn't scream Mother's Day. I just put the word smile there, and it's very dimensional. Look at that. So it could be for Mother's Day or for any purpose. On this one, I added this beautiful, probably a prima bird. And, you know, I've got my flower cluster here, but on this one, there's like flowers coming down on the image. So I added a couple flowers there. My die cut in the background. And is this one going to open, or it's not going to open? Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, I'll have to see what I can do about that. So a little bit of the glue when I glued this was kind of eking out. And yep, I'll have to fix that. But that's the inside. And then the final card is this one. And I've seen people using these little frames on their cards, and I just thought, oh, that's going to make it so heavy. And it is a little bit on the heavy side, but I wanted to give it a shot, so I did. I used a little bit of a die cut there, and then down here, I mean, there's a whole die in the corner, but covered most of it up. Put my sentiment on the little frame, and then a beautiful dragonfly that was like just an extra gift when I ordered some things from Renee Bouquets. This is not a design team project for Renee Bouquets. I don't work for her. Not even sure she likes me anymore. But anyway, that is the last one, and it opens up with some paper on the inside. So there you go. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget Mother's Day. Easter's coming up. Yes, I'm going to have some Easter cards also coming up. I'm just waiting for some things that I ordered to come in before I make those. And yeah, so here we go. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the craft with me if you're interested. It's not really a tutorial, just shows how my line of thinking when I'm creating. And anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.